What's going on, guys? It's your bro Taylor.
And your bro Ryan here.
And in today's video, we're going to be answering a question that a lot of people have, and that's how can I save on groceries without sacrificing a lot of quality? We're going to go over some numbers and some real tips and tricks to help you hopefully save a lot of money, because I know a lot of people are struggling with this debt.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.
So starting out with the first tip is meal planning and budgeting. I know that sounds like the most obvious. Everybody's going to tell you that exact answer. But honestly, it does help a lot, and not only helps a lot, but it can save you a lot of money. It is a big deal, trust me. So according to the USDA, a family of 4 can spend between $150 to $300 per week on groceries as of 2021. We know since 2021 it's gotten a lot more expensive, and $300 a week already sounds absurd.
Yeah.
So you're thinking nowadays people might even be spending as upwards of $2,000 a month for groceries. That's wild. So putting aside a plan, writing down what you're going to make for the week, or writing down what you can buy in bulk, and that might be a tip in the future. And you could plan it out for the week. I'm going to have rice with this many things, yada yada. It can save you a ton of money. I know that's something we personally do, as well as stick really hard to our budget.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people know the U.S. is a fairly wasteful country, and there is a little bit of truth to that because we do throw out a ton of food just as a society and as individuals. You know, we're like, oh, I didn't even realize that all these veggies went bad, or oh, I didn't freeze this steak; it was in the fridge. And
I didn't even know that was in the back of my refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh, you go to a grandma's house and you explore a fridge, you're gonna find some nasty stuff. And then, like Ryan kind of just alluded to very subtly there, buying in bulk is a great thing that you can use to save a lot of money. I know that a wholesale membership maybe costs a little bit of money, but you can easily offset that in the long run if you shop there a few times even. For instance, buying rice in bulk can save you up to 30% compared to smaller packages. I mean, I personally shop at Costco and everything because, like, snacks and things, I can just buy that in bulk because they have a long shelf life. I know I'll eat them, all that. And that saves me a few dollars every time I'm at the grocery store, and it lasts me a very long time. So also save a little bit on gas because I'm not going to the grocery store as much.
And they usually have gas stations that are cheaper on gas.
That's true,
so that
too.
Also is a little tip.
I did fill up at Costco. Now, all that to say, don't buy everything at a wholesale club if you're not going to eat it. Like, don't buy 8 gallons of milk at a wholesale club if you only drink a gallon of milk per month. Then you're just going to have a lot of rotten milk on your hands.
And nobody likes rotten milk.
Milk was a bad choice.
And the third tip we're going to look at is using coupons and apps. There's so many of them out there, and these days they make them sometimes so easy to use that you just have a little account. Sometimes you just scan your receipt, it does the rest. It figures it out, it goes collects the coupons. There's so many good ones out there. And if you guys are interested, we can even put together a video on that. But just in general, using coupons or just honestly apps these days, they make it so easy to help you out.
Yeah, and I mean, using coupons can save you around 10 to 15% on your grocery bill, which, I mean, if you become one of these extreme couponers, I mean, they made a whole show about it. You know that you can save a lot of money.
And think about 10% is on the lower side, it's saying here. And you're talking about in 2021, the grocery bills are about $1,200 a month. That's $120 back per month.
Yeah.
Now they're more expensive, and you can probably get a higher percent. Come on. That's easy changing your pocket right there.
On top of that, one that a lot of people actually don't pay that much attention to, I sometimes myself struggle with realizing it, is shopping out of season. Because, I mean, if something's not in season, obviously the supply is going to be a little bit lower and the cost is just naturally going to be greater. That's the law of supply and demand right there. Say, it's not strawberry season, but you want a lot of strawberries. Those strawberries are going to cost a lot more. Yeah. So if you shop seasonally and locally produced stuff, it's just going to be cheaper. It's going to be fresher too. I mean, a strawberry from strawberry season is typically going to be, more full and sweeter than a strawberry that like, oh yeah, we're able to scrounge around, find a few strawberries and throw them in a container for you.
Our fifth tip is going to be to look for generic brands. Just look for Kroger brand, Publix brand. Look for those brands because they're going to be a little bit cheaper because they're their brand. And a lot of times they don't necessarily lack on ingredients. They don't get worse. Sometimes they even get better than the big name brand you always buy. So I'm more on what's the best product, the highest quality, the best ingredients than I am the brand. I could give two hoots about a brand. So it's all about the quality ingredients for me. And so if Publix brand, premium brand is the best brand and it's $5 cheaper, heck yeah, I'm going with that. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I used to be super kind of nitpicky about this. Like, don't discredit it just because you're like, oh, I like Pop-Tart brand Pop-Tarts, not toaster pastries or whatever. And I mean, there are a few things that even I still kind of like. If I'm gonna get applesauce, it's Mott's applesauce. Other people's applesauce, it's not the same thing for me. So
He's going brand loyalty.
yeah, yeah. But there are a lot of things where you can just buy whatever. I mean, pasta, I literally look for the
Yeah.
cheapest thing. All pasta tastes kind of the same to me. So
With the best ingredients.
yeah.
And according to Consumer Reports, store brands can be 25 to 30% cheaper and often just as good quality as of 2023. But again, prices have gone up even since then, so it could even be a little bit cheaper. You never know.
And one final tip kind of alludes to one that we mentioned a little bit earlier, is just going in with the grocery list. I know that a lot of times people will just go willy-nilly. One, they'll miss things and have to go back. That
Sure.
just takes time and money right there, simply having to go back to the store. Sometimes you're like, do I need this? I feel like I might have eaten it.
Yeah.
And you
I'll
get
go
it,
and
then you
get
get
it,
back
yeah.
to the house, you're like, oh, now I've got an 84 cookies. So it's just, yeah, you end up spending a whole lot more money when you don't have a list. But also, you're just more willing to impulse buy, especially if you're hungry. I mean, going to the grocery store hungry is a dangerous game. I think we can all attest to that. I can attest to that. I'm sure you can attest to that. You're just more willing. You're like, that'd be great right now. I don't usually get it, but let me throw it in the cart real quick. What difference does it make? A few dollars. In the end, you get to the checkout and you're like, this is $100 more than I usually spend.
Yeah, and nowadays I would even say it's kind of a sub tip or a pro tip on top of that, that you can order online so you can see exactly what's in your cart. You
Yeah.
can see exactly the final cost and go, ooh, I didn't want to spend over $75. Pick exactly what you need, and you don't have to get delivered, so you don't have to pay that extra fee.
Yeah,
You can go
yeah.
pick it up a lot of times for free as long as you spend $75 or whatever it is. And so that's another great tip, to go ahead and plan it out online. You don't even have to make a list in your pocket and carry it with you. Just order it online, go pick it up, and you got it. You're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom.
So we hope you guys found this helpful. I mean, if you have any additional tips, please leave them down in the comments. We'll use them personally, and I'm sure everyone else that would see it would also find it very beneficial. So again, please leave anything you have down in the comments. Of course, like, share, subscribe this. Anyone can benefit from this video, I feel like. I mean, groceries is something that everyone deals with, so being able to kind of save a little bit of money on that can benefit just about anyone.
So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for next week's video.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.